say to Shotti after the game? He said it was pretty emotional in there.
Yeah, just gave him the game ball, first career win. Told him how much we all appreciated him. Told him that game was the epitome of him and his coaching style, just the resiliency he has and the way the way he carries himself, the way he coaches. The standard's the standard, and at the end of the day, that's winning, and that's what this game, the end of it was. And credit to him. We're behind him. He deserved that first win. Tough one to get, fun one to get, very fun one to get. And I know he'll never forget it. I won't forget it. I'm sure every guy in that locker room won't forget this one.
How fast you think you were going on that scramble up the middle there?
I told you I could run. Rehab went well, man. Feel good.
Los City, Dallas. The scramble. So much talk about your running last year, not running last year. You wasn't running as much as Aaron Rodgers last year. You didn't have a big run to really key to the field goal.
Yeah, honestly, I think it's just from, like I said, the way I rehabbed, obviously. Last year, not running, I think that just took a toll on honestly, that's why I got hurt, right? I wasn't running, and then all one game I decided to start running, and my body wasn't ready for it, I guess, and that's where that injury came from. And so just from this whole offseason recovery process, it was about getting back to who I am, my game, understanding how much the legs are a part of my game. And in a moment like that, to be able to bring them out and use them and seal the game was awesome. But I feel great. I'm healthy. Just thank God that I am, and stand in the moment and stand present.
About Shotti, and this win was about him. Was this a culture win? There's so much talk about culture. Was this one of those culture wins?
Yeah, for sure. There was a lot of communication all throughout the game, from offense to defense, throughout different positions. It was complimentary football. Maybe at its finest, I'm not sure, right? That would be just shutting them out and scoring 100 points. But to be able to, when I throw an interception, those guys go out and make a fourth down stand in the red zone, don't allow them to have any points. When we score, even though they gave up a touchdown, for us to come back and score again, that's having your brother's back at all costs, and that's believing in your brother, believing in your teammate, not doubting yourself, not doubting this team, the culture, the brotherhood that we built, and ultimately the resilience and that faith paid off, and we're able to obviously get in range right there, and Butter does what he does and finished it off.
Dak, Todd Archer with ESPN. You guys practice a lot of scenarios. Do you practice 25 seconds left where you guys are, 3 timeouts?
Yeah. For sure. We practice every scenario over and over. It's probably as much as any team in this league. Right there, that last one that Javonte had and went down, that's literally what I said to the group with Hunter. We practice this all the time. There was one before half. We didn't execute it right, but that's another one that's a unique situation that we practice often, right? We just got knocked backwards and didn't get out of bounds. But that's the details that the coaches put on us, and that's the way these players and myself, we answer it. Staying locked in and focused, and making the most of when these opportunities have come up.
How much you need that chunk play right away to Ferg on the?
Yeah, I knew it. I knew he had to have it. Honestly, Ferg took it a little deeper, which was great, which was smart. And I trusted him, right? Let it go, knowing that, hey, he's going to turn around when he gets to that yardage, and he did. Secured the catch, got down, and special teams came out and sent it to overtime.
So do wins carry over? Wins like this carry over?
For sure. No doubt about it. It's a confidence builder. It's momentum. All of that in hand, especially coming, from the first game where we played well, we battled, but you didn't win. We didn't take advantage of the 2-minute drive at the end of the game last week. To be able to come into this week and really be a completely different game. Shootout there to the end. Had to go in overtime to do it, but to be able to finish off and get the win against a division team, this definitely is going to carry over.
John Mashore with The Athletic. Where would you say now through 2 games you and George Pickens are?
They keep pass interference in them. We're good. We're on this. We can get better. Me and CD can get better. All of us can get better. That's the standard, and that I'll hold us all to in the sense of like practice. Like we're never going to say we've made it. We're complacent in our relationship, and there's no room for improvement. So we can definitely improve more. But I think just that touchdown at the end of regulation before they got their last little heave, right, was just a prime example of just the trust, putting that ball right there on the front pylon. Know he's going to run a great route and coming out of it. Hell, and in the overtime, right, the catch across the middle, had to let it go a little early, and he pulls away and goes and makes the catch. it's continuing to grow, and it's in the right direction. And I'm proud of just the work that he's put in and the trust that we have in each other.
Your success against the Giants for a long period of time, you ever think about that during a game like that where you're just like, I'm going to figure this thing out? I always do against them.
No, not necessarily. Definitely not during it. Afterwards, though, I kind of realized it. I think I said it walking in. I said 14 was hard. That was tough to keep the streak going. Was tough, and credit to them. I mean, it's a good team over there. They made some plays. They battled. It's not about like somebody having their number. It's worked out. Feel comfortable against these guys. But I know when we go up to New York, it's going to be another dogfight after this one. It's just kind of how it's been.
Nick Harris, Forward Star Telegram, those 2 touchdowns under 3 minutes from the Giants, the long bombs, those could have been viewed as knockout blows. How did you guys keep mental composure to come back and keep answering after those?
Yeah, I mean, credit those guys. I would imagine they practiced that, especially to execute on them as much as they did. But just believing in ourselves, having faith in what our ability is and what we can go there to do. I just kept telling myself, it's been too good of a game for us on offense, and you can't win that. You can't win like that. Like, just stay to it. Just trust the process and stay in the play and stay in the moment. That's what I did. That's what I reminded the guys to do. And then we got into overtime, and defense made the plays. They couple or 3 and out or whatever it was, and then get the turnover and for us to go seal it. Great complimentary win.
Can you speak to Javante's performance? It was huge for him.
Yeah, I just told him right there in the locker room, man, he's a beast. Physical runner, never down, always moving his legs, greedy, and that's what you want in a running back. Greedy, physical, and when he can get space like he did right in the third quarter, he's running away from people. And so he's a big part of this offense. Super proud of him, super thankful that we've got a guy like that, and which I've told y'all before, he's a true pro's pro. Super smart player, knows every part of the game plan, helps other people, gets guys going in the locker room. He's the key to this offense.
Did you say anything to Brandon Aubrey coming off the field?
Yeah, I thanked him. I think I even gave him a kiss on the forehead. Like, hell yeah, thank that guy.
Hey, Dak, Patrick Walker, DallasCowboys.com. Perfect segue. Obviously, when the offense takes the field, you want to score the football. But just talk about the value of Brandon Aubrey and just the aura for him to remain calm, ice in his veins, to be able to do what he did today. Yeah,
I know when Brandon started this thing and the work that he's put into this, the journey, right? Being a professional in another sport, then picking up a football and trying to do this, and then having a little bit of insight on his journey. The work that the guy puts in, the confidence that he has in himself. He's a super, super special player. He's a huge part of this offense. Me and the coach were talking about do you kick to Turpin? I said, you have to. If not, we get on the 35, and then with 1 first down, we can kick a field goal. So I don't know what defenses. I don't know what they want to do, right? And when you have a guy like that, he makes games like this. He gives you faith. He gives you faith. I just got to get this to the star, and he can put it through. He was a big part in us having confidence and belief and that we're going to win this game no matter what happened, and he delivered, and was the reason we did.
And really quickly, going back to the offensive side of it, obviously you guys traded for George Pickens because you wanted to put teams in position like you did against the Giants in the fourth quarter in overtime, having to choose between CeeDee and George, allowing one or both of them to have big games. Just talk about the value of George Pickens to the offense as a whole.
Yeah, he's huge. He's a guy who's going to win one-on-one, or if not, draw fouls. Very physical. He's a mismatch for damn near any DB in this league, and so they're going to have to double him, and that's your troubles right there. You want to double him, or do you want to double CeeDee? And if you double both, then at that point, right, other guys got to win, whether it be Ferg, Turp, Tolbert, or the backs. And right now, those guys are stepping up, and that's what we're going to continue to preach to guys is you've got to win your one-on-ones, because when these guys aren't doubled, they're going to take advantage of it. But when they are, we need other players to step up, or me use my legs as I did right there at the end of the game. And so it's a huge part of this offense, and he's a big asset and so valuable to us.
Yeah.
Ed Werder, WFAA. This game became obviously a scoring contest. As a competitor, how do you go from avoid being frustrated by your defense putting you in a bad situation so often, and embrace the opportunity you have to go match that?
Yeah, you just said it. I'm never frustrated. I'm honestly thankful for the opportunity. There's times, I literally, before I take the field, I thank God for the opportunity to go out there. Haven't been hurt times, right? Different parts of season. You're just thankful to be out there. You're thankful to go out there and do what you love and just in the moment, stay in the moment. And you're not thinking about the end result. You're not necessarily thinking, oh, what if we win or what if we lose? You know, you're thinking that we're going to win. And that's part of being present, staying in the moment, just reminding myself, reminding the guys, hey, let's do our 111th, believe in our brother. And if you do that, you'll be okay with the results. Nobody likes to win, but when you can do that and you can stay focused and lock in on the details, you can live with the results. Let's say that. And so that's what it's about for me. 3, 4, maybe 5 guys or so on defense in there, apologize to me in the locker room. We can't put you in that position. Man, thank you. I threw an interception and y'all turned around and made a 4-and-out or whatever it was in the red zone. Like, if that doesn't happen, who knows where this game is? So, like let's move on. You know what I mean? We're thankful we won this game. What a great opportunity. We're able to show the brotherhood, the culture, what we're building in this team, and that's what we're going to keep doing.
Joe Hoyt, Dallas Morning News. We talk about complimentary football all the time. In that second half with how aggressive you guys were in the passing game, how much do you think that kind of helped the running game as well?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, as we're just talking about, right, them having to double and having to choose who they're going to double and what coverage they're going to play. And at that point, you've got numbers in the box. And we're able to take advantage of that. That opened up some runs. Offensive line got going, lowered their pass and lowered their pads and were physical and were allowing those backs to get some, yards and yards after contact, and that's credit to those backs. And that's just part of the offense and part of being balanced. I think we've talked about it before is you can run to open up the pass and you can pass to open up the run. So it's just about taking what the defense gives us and then attacking with whatever's working.
Tommy Arsh, DallasCowboys.com, said he was kind of kicking himself last week for how he played, and to come out again today and have another 100-yard game, what does that say about him?
We discussed it. I'm sure he discussed it with y'all, just his approach throughout this week. Last week was last week. That wasn't a game that he was proud of, and he made sure he took the necessary steps to get himself focused, to do whatever he needed to do to get the confidence right. And he practiced the right way, as he always does. And I think I told y'all Thursday I expect a big game from him. And he went out there and just was CD. He made a couple of amazing catches. One on that third down, I know late in the fourth quarter, right over 2 people. That's just trust. That's me believing that the underneath guy can't make the play, and maybe CD will go, or hopefully CD will go up and get this, and he did. And that's just credit to his resilience, his character, and how much this team believes in him.
Where have you seen Cavante grow the most from kind of being mostly a kick returner to now being such a weapon in the offense?
Yeah, in terms of full weapon. Yeah, he's a weapon in every aspect. Obviously, we lost him for the back end of this game right here. And honestly, when you have a guy like that, especially with the way the coverage they were presenting us and his speed, he might have been able to split the middle in the fourth, and maybe we didn't have these overtimes. Who knows? But my point is that this guy can do anything that we ask him to do, whether it's running routes. Obviously, he's kick returners. He's made himself known, and that's who he is. But he's a running back, too. We'll get it to him on screens. He's a special player that we'll just keep getting the ball to and understand that he's a huge weapon for us.
Garrett Podell, CBS Sports. Dak, you and the offensive line did a much better job in the second half against the Giants' pass rush. What did you guys change, or what started working for you there? Just locking in and trusting one another.
That you'd have to ask those guys individually. I can't say that the protections changed, that we said, we need to help these guys more, or we need to do this. Communication between themselves, me preaching to them how much I trust in them, and I've got their back, they've got mine. And that's a tough group up there, a young group. We're going to have adversity, right? And we had some early, but they responded the right way. They believe in each other. They believe in their ability. They know I believe in them, and this offense does, and they're only going to continue to get better. And I just think that was an example of them improving and getting better and showing how experience helps throughout one game.
The entire stadium was chanting Brandon Aubrey's name before his game-winning kick. Have you ever, in your football career, heard an entire stadium chanting for the kicker to come out the tunnel like he's an all-star closer or something like that?
That's sick. I didn't realize they were doing that. That's awesome. He deserves it. He is. He's a closer. We might need some music, his own special music to play as he takes the field, just like a closer. He deserves that. So we're thankful for that guy.
Yeah.
Jeff Gold with Fox 4. Dak, whether it's CD last week, his accountability after the game, or the defensive guys you're talking about coming up and apologizing today, how much have you seen the accountability part of the culture grow, and how much has that been a Shotti thing?
Yeah, it's a Shotti thing. It's something that we talk about often. It's about being a man. It's about being, responsible and disciplined. And when you realize you weren't your best, when you're talking to your family and people that know you and understand that what you put into it, it's okay to be vulnerable. And that's all those are, is just different moments of guys, saying, hey, I'm better than that. And they know that they're better than that, and they're comfortable enough to share that with the other men around them and say, hey, I'm going to pick it up for you. Don't lose faith or trust in me. And I can tell you, the more that we're like that, the more this brotherhood grows. Nobody's losing faith. As I said, there's ups and downs, ebbs and flows. Adversity is going to come, and you can only be thankful for the adversity. You can only be thankful for these tests, because that's where you get better. That's where we get better, and that's where this locker room is going to continue to grow.
Knowing Tyler Smith's story, his growth, what made you happiest to see him get in the field?
You just said it, just knowing and seeing his growth. That's a guy that just loves football. I'm sure Shotti shared it with you. He called him, right, to congratulate him. He said, I just want to beat the Giants. And that's a guy that is just the epitome of what an offensive lineman's supposed to be like. Coming in young, learned from some of those guys, right? Played next to Tyron, learned a little bit from Zach. But he's a special player. He's a special player. From the moment that he showed up here, his approach, his mentality, his love for the game, the way that he knows his history of the game, his history of offensive linemen, his standard for himself and his play is super, super high. And so he's very, very well deserving of that money. And everything and more success is going to come his way.
Sydney.
Sydney Staples, DG10 Sports. Dak, thinking about the energy that was in the building today, how much of a difference does that make for you all on either side of the ball?
Yeah, it's huge. And that's why when the defense is up, I was trying to get the crowd going, just let this crowd and these fans understand how much they are a part of it. They are. Those false starts or big plays on third down, it's led from feeling the belief in the people around you, and that's something that they can echo, right? I know the defense can't hear me screaming, let's go defense, when I'm on the sideline, but they can hear the crowd, so that's just me just trying to pass my energy, through that 100,000 or whatever the number is that's supporting, and that's what makes playing at AT&T special.
What's the difference between 1-1 and 0-2?
Sure. I don't know. Don't want to know.
You've been able to work under pressure your entire career. Tonight, nearly 20 pressures from the Giants' defensive line. Is it a mental clock thing of you understanding, like as the game goes on, you feel what's coming in front of you and you're able to make work of it? Just kind of walk me through your mental process.
Yeah, for sure. One is pre-snap. There's certain looks from film study, your preparation that you realize, like, oh, this is a look that pressure may come. So that's where it starts. And then as that, like you're saying, just as the game goes, it's just a feel thing. And you understand, in this league, you don't pass against the coverage as much as you pass against the pass rush. And that's what the time clocks are based off of. And so, when they are blitzing, well, there's windows. And, when you've got receivers like CD and George and Fur, guys who can get open, I feel like we have the advantage. So when they blitz, the trust goes up, the confidence goes up, and it's just something that we've been really good at. We've just kind of got to continue to grow at that, and bring the pressure if you want. I dare you.
And after that scramble, the first down celebration, was that practice, spur of the moment? Where did that one come from? You even remember it?
Yeah, I just knew the game was done. Felt like CD a little bit. He did that a few years back, right? It's just like, man, this one's done. Brandon's coming out here, finishing this thing off. Spur of the moment. Happy, thankful.
Elwin Henderson, Gilmore Mirror. Dak, obviously you've talked about how comfortable you are and how much you love this offense. Today, 38 of 52, 361 yards, 73.1% completion. Just talk about what this offense means to you and the confidence this team is getting with this new offense.
Yeah, each and every guy in that locker room special. Obviously, the offensive guys you just naturally spend a little bit more time with. But my confidence in each and every one of those guys is through the roof. You've got a guy, Tyler Booker, who telling me, hey, I'm going to be better. I don't know if he must have missed a block or two or something, right? But, like, just that accountability alone. And, I'm like, hey, man, I know you are, right? I know you are. Like, you're just thankful to have that type of men that love this game that much. And it starts up front with those guys. And then you watch CD, you watch George, you watch the way that those guys take the field. You watch their approach in practice. They love the game. Not only do they love the game, they love the men that they're doing it with, and that's important. That's something that Shotti preaches. And tonight was just a good example of that, not just on offense, on both sides of the balls. And that's why I explained, the complementary football. And so it's a blessing to be out there with those guys, and something that I don't take for granted. And that's why I said just staying in the moment, taking it one play at a time. Something I always say to the guys is do your 111th, do your job, and trust the man next to you is doing theirs. And tonight was a great example of that.
Mike Leslie, WFA. Dak, you guys scored 10 points in the first 2.5 quarters of the game, and then scored 30 from that point forward. I know some of that is just the flow of the game, but it also did look like you guys eventually had some things click. Is there something you can point to that unlocked things for your offense?
I mean, I've got to go back and look at the film, but honestly, we're probably a little bit better on first and second down later. We probably converted a third down or two. We didn't do that early. That's where your 3-and-outs come. That's where the frustration comes. But at the end of the day, that's where the trust in one another and, hey, do your job. And that's why I said do the 111th. Like, let's not try to do anything outside of that, myself included, right? Coming out of the half, throwing that interception, trying to be, perfect and make a great throw. And I felt the double on CD, even though I was about to get hit. That's bonehead, right? I can go to the tight end. I can find somewhere else to, maybe even just throw it lower, understand it's going to be incomplete. But this offense is explosive. And that's why I just echo and just staying in the moment, doing your job. And when we do that, we've got the right guys that a simple play, you look up and it's a 50-yard gain or it's a touchdown. So
Last one player. I know there's no must-wins in week 2, but just talk about, it's a division game, how important it was that you needed to win this game and not go 0-2 in the division.
Yeah, I'd say this was a must-win. Just like you said, going 0-2 in the division. Todd asked me how 0-2 would feel. I would say it was a must-win. Every part of my mind, and I think that's why, just throughout the game and every situation that happened, I never lost faith. Like, I never lost confidence in this group and what we're going to be able to do, and we're going to be able to respond. Getting the ball back, with 30 seconds or so, and you've got a kicker that, you're only down by 3, like, my confidence is through the roof. Like, the only thing is after the incomplete, they ran all that clock off. I'm like, come on, guys. Like, other than that, that was a little bit scary. But other than that, like, I believe in these guys, and not for one moment that I think that we're not going to win. So it was a must-win, and we answered the bell. 1-1. It's a complete different feeling than 0-2. It's a confidence booster, especially in a late game like this in overtime in an NFL game versus division opponent. Credit to every man in the locker room. Thank you, guys.